Hi, my name's Jake Martin, and I'm here to talk about my banned book project. The banned book I selected was Misery by Stephen King. This book does not personally mean the entire world to me, like certain books that many people have read, like Perks of Being a Wallflower, and many others that provide emotional connections through the stories. This book simply means a lot to me because it is a great story. It's a thrilling horror story by Stephen King, which I'm sure most of you know because he is a great thrill writer that I'm sure everyone has heard of. I would not be very happy if my high school were to prevent me from reading this book, or if anyone were to prevent me from reading this book for that matter. This is a great story about a deranged woman who becomes obsessed with a writer and kidnaps him, which I think has always been possibly a fear of Stephen King because he is a horror writer, and it's something that maybe he possibly created in his imagination that could happen to him. That is one of the main reasons that this book has really drawn me in and really been one of the greatest reads I've read from him. I would not be happy if a high school were to prevent me from reading this book like many have around the country. Many high school libraries have been banning Stephen King books or even challenging them because of their graphic content and explicit nature. But that's just how Stephen King books have always been. All of his stories have included some sort of graphic content or gory nature, and that's just because that's what they are. They're horror fiction novels. He has a very detailed, very graphic mind, and he explains that in his books and provides details of that through his books. And because of that, many high schools and parents have been trying to get his books out of libraries. I have felt a very strong connection to his stories because they always keep me on the edge of my seats. I would be very disappointed if I found out that my high school or high schools near me would be banning this book or banning any other of his great novels, because it would not be fair to many of the students that read these. I don't believe that just because there's some gore here or there's some blood there, a book should be banned. I think that it should be maybe filtered through possibly letting people know, like, hey, this is in fact a challenged book, but I believe there is no reason a book should be banned in a high school library. I believe that students should be able to make their own selections, just like I have with this Stephen King book, because you know what you're getting yourself into when you read a challenged or possibly banned book in other areas. I personally would not be happy if my favorite Stephen King novels were banned at my high school.